Hello, this is the walkthrough instructions on how to install the Wolfsonian Art Collection dashboard code into your computer. You will get this code like you would with any other GitHub repo. You just clone the code. You can do it the normal way by just clicking code, local, and then copy the HTTPS link. You can then go into your IDE. In my case, is VS Code, and then just clone the repository into this IDE. I like doing it like this way. Just clone it through clicking clone and then paste the link. I'm gonna do it into my downloads folder since I don't have it there, and then it will clone your folder, like the folder itself, into your computer. You will see that you have all of these files. I would suggest before you run anything, do npm I or npm install to install any node modules that you may need for any dependencies or any libraries that we're using. This may take a minute, so just let it load for a second. Once you're done, you will have everything you need to run the project. Before I run it, like a brief explanation of the files. You have your assets, like your public folder. This is an Next.js folder, sorry, an SCIS project, so you have everything into one single like big thing. The structure is like a structure in like folders, much like you would in React, and you have the main asset for this project, like the whole background of this project is the art underscore data CSV. This art underscore data CSV is the a merge that we did between two different CSV files. We cleaned it up manually, so this CSV file is already cleaned up. If you need to do any further cleaning and you would like to compare it to the original CSV files, I would suggest asking the project owners to if you were to need it for any reason. However, this is for the most part cleaned up. It could use some like cleaning, like for maybe for naming convention if you would like. However, it should work as is. Do you also have some CVG SVG images and like search for general like um UI of the application. So we have images here, we have some icons here. Then you have the under the source app components folder. You should have the dashboard TSX. So this is the actual app itself. Basically, everything of the app it's in this specific TypeScript folder. Sorry, TypeScript file. Um, and you will see like everything is in here. For further applications, you can maybe try to divide this file into its own individual components, like you should. However, we just did the app into one single file for simplicity's sake. We have everything you may need in this file. You have the whole layout, like it's very front end heavy, besides the graph visualization, which we are using through RA-Charts. RA-Charts is a React library, and you can see more documentation if you look up like RA-Chart documentation and you see the apps that we're using. You can sorry the graphs that we're using. You can see what conventions are needed for like visualization or like how what you if you were to want to change any aspect of the different graphs that we're using, you can look at the documentation. um, Besides that, this is the app itself. It's very straightforward. You can read through the different parts, but it's just an AUI based project. To run the actual project from your local environment, you can just do npm run dev. You should be able to run it um, by itself. If you don't have npm, you can install npm and you can install a node on your computer. It's pretty straightforward. Again, you look up npm install, and then you should be able to find it through here or here. You can also install node from the browser from the like online. So make sure you have those in your computer before you do. um, Once you have this project run, you should click here. It should take you to localhost 3000. This is your local environment, and it will take a bit to load the first load, but once it's done, it should be able to run like usual. VS project deploys automatically into Vercel, which is the online like deployment of the app. This is literally functions as any other website. The way to deploy this um, project into Vercel, you should push it into main. So let's say I want to make any changes, like I change any headers, right? Maybe I change the description for here. I should commit, push it, and then once the push, you should give it a couple minutes. Vercel would automatically deploy it online, and it will be the same exact version that you have on your local environment. So make sure that you're pushing into main, not any other branches. And yeah, that's it. Just make sure that you have the correct installations needed for this. And if you were to need the original CSV files, the original data sets, or bigger data sets, I would suggest talking to the product owners. Thank you.